Hey everybody, welcome back to Talking Toys. It's Joel, and today we're actually doing a figure review on Disney Gargoyles ELISA MAZA from the Ultimate Action Figure line through NECA. I'm excited to see this. I've been waiting for this figure to come out for a bit, so let's go ahead and take a look at her. Let's take a look at the box and see what we've got going on over here. So first and foremost, we do have some artwork of Elisa holding a flashlight, kind of like in that style of the very first episode in Awakenings, or second episode in Awakenings. Probably the first episode in Awakenings. And you can see there is Goliath here. He's got some leaves around him. It's a little dark, but you can just barely make it out. Like her flashlight's just barely shining on him. We've got the Gargoyles logo, Elisa Maza's name. It's going to come with Brooklyn's closed wings. So that was kind of the major pickup reason for this figure. If we look at the top, we've got Gargoyles logo, Disney, Elisa Maza. On this side, we've got a product shot of her smiling and holding a flashlight. On the back here, we've got more product shots. Again, her smiling, holding her badge. Brooklyn with his folded wings. Her cat, I don't remember what the cat's name is. There she is there, holding a flashlight again. And then we've got the current line of all the available gargoyles, which I think I have all of them except for Thalog at this point. So that's pretty cool. And then we go on to the last side here. And again, we've got Elisa with a more serious face holding her badge because, you know, police officers and stuff. So then we can open up the side here. We're graced with another product shot, again with her cat. So she looks pretty good against the night sky there. And then we've got Elisa here, her cat, some extra hands, flashlight badge. I think she has a gun that she comes with. I could be wrong on that. We've got a face and an extra head. So windswept hair versus normal hair, and then in the extra face. And that's the box. So let's go ahead and get her out and take a closer look at her. Okay, so we've got her out of the box now. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the base figure just coming out of the box without any of the other accessories. So we get a closer look at her face. She's got brown eyes. She's got a little bit of red for the lipstick. This one comes with a smiling face. She's got her hair here. It's a softer plastic, but has a little bit of give to it, or a little firmness to it. Black hair with some blue highlights all around. So it kind of helps give that depth that I like in a lot of these figures, a little bit more artistic value to it. Of course, she's got her normal skin tone color, kind of that tannish color. Looks like we've got, obviously, the black t-shirt, red leather jacket. The leather jacket has some silver on it to kind of highlight the zippers and everything, little buttons at the top. And of course, it's got some darker dry brushing on it all the way around. So you can see we've got, it kind of brings out the wrinkles in the jacket and some of those lines, the sewing lines. So it gives it a nice feel all across the board here. Of course, she's got her blue jeans on. Blue jeans have a darker blue kind of dry brushed on it as well, or almost, I don't know if you should say airbrushed on there. Kind of, again, it's bringing out the clothing line or the folds, and it's bringing out some depth, especially like around the pockets and around where the leg would kind of bunch up naturally around the upper thigh or around the knees. So kind of the joy of skinny jeans in the 1990s, if you want to call it that, or more acid washed. Yeah, for those who are children of the 80s. She's got her wrapped or folded up pant leg, and she's got her boots, and her boots are more of a dark brown, and you do have a little bit of texture on there, little molding for the boots, but not a lot in the way of like extra dry brushing or anything like that. And of course, she comes with her extra hands, so she stands out of the box really well. I like that. It's very nice. So yeah, let's take a look at some of this articulation she comes with. Obviously, for her head, we're going to turn her over to the side here. So you can get about that far down on the neck joint. Maybe a little more. Nah, it's about that far down. So you get about that far down on the neck joint. And because of this hair, she's not going to be able to look up. Like, this is just not going to allow that to happen. Probably not going to happen with the swept hair as well. But that's okay. You can turn the head around in a full 360. So you got that going on. You do have a little bit of side-to-side motion on the head. So that's pretty cool. You can give her a little bit to work with. On her shoulders, you can bring the arms up probably about that far, and that's due mostly to the molding in the shoulders here, but you can bring them around in a full 360. Again, it's a little tight, and it's all because of this soft kind of plastic here around the jacket. So it's neat because the jacket is a soft plastic over the figure line. Again, I think it just adds that character of depth, and I like that. You do get the shoulder, or I'm sorry, you do get the bicep swivel, pinned, double jointed elbows, so you're going to get some good extension there for her. And they come out, and again, it's on both sides, so, you know. You do have spin at the wrist. You do have a horizontal bend for the two fists that she has. You are going to get a waist turn, but I don't think she's got like an upper torso. And if she did, I don't think the jacket would really fully allow it. So you get a back extension. Her hair comes off. We'll look at that in a minute. So you do get a back extension, and you do get a forward, but not much in the forward. And then, of course, for the legs, you're going to get about that far extension on the leg, but the leg's kind of coming out in the process, so it's tipping out. You're going to get about this far forward. As you can see, it is a soft plastic here, so it is pushing the plastic up to kind of move it forward. Move her arm out of the way. So it is pushing the plastic up here to kind of get it that way. I'm sure there's a skinny jeans joke here somewhere, but I can't remember it. Maybe I'll hit it up later, or I'll do it later. She does have a thigh swivel, so you're going to get a little bit of left and right there on both thighs. As you can see, there's the joint. It's a ball joint in there. She is going to get the splits about yay far. Again, soft plastic for the pants are going to kind of block it from going too far up. We have a pinned double knee, so you're going to get some of that extension there. And then you do have an ankle twist, and you can bring the ankle up about that far high and about that far down. So standard articulation, looks good, feels good. The figure kind of has a little bit of a rubbery feel, and I think that's just the soft plastic in a lot of areas, but it's not that bad. So let's take a look at some of the accessories she's going to come with. First here, we do have our windswept hair. So I'm going to put my hand here. It does come with the extra head. Again, this is the more serious look. Same paint style, same brown eyes, same little bit of red lipstick there, kind of a darker maroon. We do have on the hair that blue dry brushing to kind of bring things out. Looks good. I think this is nice for dynamic posing. So, and then of course, with the heads, as you saw a little bit ago, the heads are going to come off. They have a little post right here, and then there's a little port in there if you can see it. I don't know if it'll show up in the camera very well. So you can take the extra heads. Here's her third face. It's a smirking head. We just bring it back in and line it up with the post, or I guess the port, and it'll go right in. So you have their third face with the little smirk. And then from this figure, you can take the hair off here, pop the head off. We're going to give her the serious face look here. It is a little tight fit, but it will pop on. And then she's got her Sinead O'Connor look, because nothing compares to you.
Nothing compares to you.
I feel like I was just like Imgo there for a second. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, he's a cool dude, but still. Anyway, now she's got more of a serious look with that hair, and we can change out the hair and take a look at what she looks like with the windswept. So I'm going to pop that back on like so. And I actually like that. That looks good. It's not like she's tipped over because of the hair or anything like that. So it looks good for a nice windswept. You are going to get, you know, the same movement. The hair's not going to change the full 360. And it's not going to change looking down. but you really aren't, again, the hair isn't going to let you look all the way up, you know, but you can get that side to side with the hair just fine. So there you go. Now let's take a look at a couple of the other things. We'll leave that hair on there for a second. She is coming with a flashlight. You can see it's got a little yellow. There is a red dot here, so I don't think it's going to show up, but there is a little red button painted on there. Oh, barely. Come on, focus for me. Focus. Anyway, and it is very much a Maglite. There's a little bit of texturing, like a little bit of metal knurling on there, but again, it's going to be really hard to see. And you've got your yellow on there, so cool. And then we've got her badge. So if we focus in a little bit on that badge, there's a bit of a star and a 012 on there. Gold paint, black background, very flat, very thin, very easy to lose, I would think. So let's try not to do that. She does come with her cat. Again, I don't know the cat's name. I'll have to look that up. If I find it, I'll put it down below. But the cat does come with a little bit of side-to-side head motion, nothing else. Everything else is very static on the cat, no movement whatsoever. So she looks good. Nice static figure, extra attention to detail. So I'm good with that. And then we've got 4 extra hands here. So we have a grippy hand for her. There we go. So she has the grippy hand for her flashlight, which fits in just like so, and probably would look just as good if she was reverse gripping that for a posing option. So yep, so she's got another holding hand, and I think this one's more for the badge, because it doesn't look like she'd be using it to snap her fingers or anything. Although you probably could, you know. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, so there you go. She can hold her badge like that, almost like she's pulling it out of her jacket. She does have a gun hand, like a trigger hand, but here's the thing, she didn't come with a gun. I'm actually surprised, considering Demona had one. You know, I know it's like more of a laser gun and stuff, but she is a cop. She pulls that gun out quite a bit. I don't know if that was just a rule on Disney's part for Elisa Maza, or if that was just a change, like that was just a decision they made at the last minute not to put a gun in there with her. Because she does come with pistol hands and no pistol, if you are so inclined to give her a pistol of some sort, I actually pulled the pistol or the revolver off of Cowboy Spawn. You can see it fits actually pretty nice in her hand, and I like that. So that's an option. Now, if you're like me and you also collect G.I. Joe, I actually pulled the side piece from one of my Snake Eyes, and that kind of almost gives her more of that iconic pistol look that she had in the show, but it also maybe a little loose, but that fits pretty well. And I bet if you got one of the Marvel figures that comes with a gun, like Black Widow or something like that, that would fit in there pretty well too. So if you do want to display her with a gun, like, you know, pointing at Demona or something like that, you have options if you have other figures that came with a gun kind of in that same line. Now, I know Spawn's more of a 7-inch, but that gun did fit pretty well. Also, if you ever wanted to mod Elise to look like Winona Earp from that show, you get one of these guns from, you know, Spawn, and then you've got you could probably mod her into Winona Earp, which is kind of an odd thing to do, because, you know, I don't know how many people actually like that show, but when I was testing out that gun, that's just kind of the first thing that came to mind. So there you go, gun options, you have them. And then she's got this one as well, and this is the third hand, so another grippy kind of gun hand for her left hand. So the other one was right, this is her left, and they all have horizontal bend except for this one. This actually has the vertical bend for the flashlight, so probably all the better. But those are all the accessories that she comes with. Let's take a look. No, wait, I'm sorry. She actually comes with one more accessory, and that's Brooklyn's folded wings. So let's take Elisa out, and then let's go ahead and bring Brooklyn in and try the wings on him. Okay, so we've got Brooklyn out here. Let's take a look real quick. I took his other wings off, so to put the new folded wings on, we're obviously going to take his head off because we have to, and we're going to swing these down. Now, try to get his arms down as much as possible here. So it's going to fit on. There are 2 posts back here, and they're supposed to fit ever so nicely here, and bring that over so you can see there. Ever so nicely. Be nice. Be nice. There we go. Be nice. I don't know if that helps by saying be nice, but there it is. And then we can bring his head back and pop it into place more or less. Unlike Goliath's, when you look at these, his kind of flare out a little more. So I like that. They look really nice on the back. They do have the texturing. It's soft plastic, but they do have that leather cracking along the wings here. There is a little bit of red kind of dry brushed along the scaling or that cracking of the leathery wings. So I like that. Obviously you've got his claws here. They're kind of folded. So just kind of give you that idea, and then of course it comes down. On the internal, you have the same leather cracking over here, but it's just all red. They probably could have done a little bit of dry brushing on the inside with a little bit of black, just to kind of give it that more shadowy look. But I like it. It looks good. That's probably how I'm going to keep them though. But you bring Elisa in. We're just going to do a quick comparison with Elise. Or Elisa. Elise? I don't know. I said it right the first time, so if you need to, go back and check that out. They stand about the same height, more or less. He's got his horns that might add that extra little bit. And then you look at the side there, and again, the horns might add a little extra, but I think overall they're about the same height. Okay, so for the sake of this comparison, Goliath's feet are flat because it is really difficult to get them to stand on their tippy toes. But as you can see, Goliath is going to stand a lot taller than Elise, by a ½ inch, maybe a little more, 3/4 of an inch. And then you look at the two of them side to side, and again, you're going to see he's a lot taller. So it looks good. I mean, overall, this is really kind of cool. We'll go ahead and set her there. Get Goliath out of the way. Okay, guys, so this is actually a really cool figure. I'm very, very impressed with it, especially for the NECA line. I think out of all of them, this has been my favorite so far. I genuinely dig her. I wasn't quite sure. I really only wanted her for the folded Brooklyn wings. And, you know, I got them, so I'm happy about that. But if I had to say, between the two, I think I actually like the figure more than I liked my desire to have those folded wings. So if you find her, man, I highly recommend getting her. She's absolutely a beautiful figure, great sculpt, great design. Yeah, it looks kind of like some of the faces might be the same across the board. You know, like it almost looks like you're not getting much of a difference. I wish it was kind of a more serious face than what we got as a serious face. But I have to actually say, this figure probably is going to be one of my favorites this year. And I don't think, other than a couple of little minor gripes, has a lot of flaws to it. I think this is actually really good and very well put together. So you find her, she's worth the $35, $37, whatever it is. Definitely recommend getting her. I think I actually got mine at Big Bad Toy Store, but I just recently started seeing them show up at Target. So you probably can find it at Target. If not, Big Bad Toy Store. They're not sponsoring me, but that's where I got it from. So there you go. There's a couple of hints for you on where to find it. Keep an eye out at Target as well. And we'll see, because they're getting a lot more Gargoyles figures out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to see you on the next review. It's hopefully going to come out here in a day or so. We're going to try to keep to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. And from there, we're going to go ahead and say adieu, which is, I don't know what it is. It's French, I think, for see you tomorrow or see you later. I don't know. Dude, I don't speak another language. I barely speak English, as you know from watching these videos. But we'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Let us know if there's any videos or any figures that you want us to cover. We'll do our best to get them and bring them on out. So have a great day, guys. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.